Welcome back to First Sound at Inside the Pylon. My name is Mark Schofield, and today I'm going to take a look at Mississippi State quarterback Dak Prescott, and I'm going to talk about the idea of maintaining aggression at the quarterback position, as well as the ability to manipulate defenders when you're playing quarterback. I want to talk about these concepts. They're not exactly core traits that you look for when you're evaluating a quarterback, but they're very important both in terms of how a quarterback can handle in-game situations, as well as how a quarterback can handle different plays within the playbook. When you talk about the idea of maintaining aggression, it's easy and almost sometimes understandable when a quarterback starts to play more and more conservative, depending on how a game is unfolding. A team might be losing, things might be going wrong, the quarterback's throwing some incompletions or some interceptions, and the quarterback starts to feel like he needs to check the ball down some more, stay within control of the game, stay in a bit of a shell, and take better care of the football. Now, the problem with that is while you don't want to turn the football over, quarterbacks still need to stay aggressive and challenge a defense in the vertical passing game from time to time. Playbooks are sometimes designed around this concept, and it's difficult for an offense to succeed when all the quarterback is doing is simply checking the ball down from play after play after play, and not stressing the defense and putting pressure on the defense down the field. When we talk about manipulating a defense from the quarterback position, what you're looking for is the quarterback's willingness to move defenders with his eyes, move defenders perhaps with a pump fake. Sometimes this is just a good way to make plays down the field. Sometimes it's actually built into a play structure, and it's built into this play that we're going to talk about, which is a play from Mississippi State's 2014 game against Alabama. As you can see, let's look at the context of this play. The Bulldogs face a 2nd and 14 on their own 21-yard line late in the first half. They trail 19-0. And to give you a little bit more on the situation here, at this point, Prescott has already thrown one interception on the day, and he was sacked on the previous play. Let's look at the defensive alignment for a moment before we talk about the offense and the play design. Alabama has a 4-2-5 nickel defense in the game. They've got the cornerbacks are kind of in press coverage. There's one corner here, and the other corner on the other side of the field, he's in press depth, but he's sort of facing inside towards the backfield. That's a zone indicator to the quarterback. The defender's not concerned with the wide receiver, but he's looking at the quarterback in the offensive backfield. The nickelback's doing the same. He's looking at the offensive backfield, and he's got inside shade over that slot receiver. You can see the two linebackers here, and not pictured, you can see one safety here, are the two high safeties. Looking at the offensive personnel, Mississippi State has 11 offensive personnel on the field. They've got one tight end and one running back, as well as 3 wide receivers. They line up in pro alignment to the right with the tight end and the Z receiver, the flanker to the outside. And then they have a slot formation to the other side of the field. Looking at the play art now, Mississippi shows play action here. They'll run sort of a power look. They'll pull the guard here. He'll try to block that defensive end as he pulls to the outside. Prescott will fake the handoff to the running back, who then leaks out into the flat sort of on a swing route. And as you can see, they run 4 verticals. All of the receivers here will run vertical routes. Now I'm going to run through the play, and then we'll come back and talk about it a bit. That's a very good throw from Prescott, both under duress and down the field while maintaining aggression. Looking at the play design here, as we talked about, this is a 4 vertical concept that Mississippi State runs here. Alabama has 2 high safeties on this play, and they drop into a cover 2 zone look. The 2 high safeties split the field in half, and the zone defenders underneath will divide the field sort of in 5. What happens here, these 2 cornerbacks will drop vertically in response to the vertical releases from the outside receivers. They'll try to sink underneath those vertical routes, anticipating perhaps a corner route and trying to take that away. What Prescott's going to do on this play, he's going to read this to the right. And with 2 high safeties, teams can coach this in different ways. Sometimes when you see 2 high, you might see one of the receivers, one of the 2 inside receivers, kind of attack the middle of the field and roll to a post route. But here Mississippi State keeps it with 4 verticals, and Prescott will try to influence that safety, that deep 1/2 safety to the right side, to one of the wide receivers or the other. Those 2 receivers on the outside, the tight end and the Z receiver, their vertical routes will basically bracket that high safety. And Prescott will try to get that safety to bite on one or the other, either using his eyes or a pump fake or both, and then throw off of that movement if he can get that safety to bite. And that's what happens here. We'll run through it a little bit slower now, and we'll see how Prescott manipulates the defense. He takes a snap, makes that power fake, and now he opens to the outside receiver. He's trying to see if he can make a quick throw here, but at the same time, he's going to try to influence that safety. Now, he opens there and he looks and he peeks at that because, say that corner blitzes or that corner jumps on the run fake, he might have a chance for an easy play, but the corner plays this well, he starts to sink, so now Prescott's going to have to move that safety somehow. And that's what he does. After the fake, he'll pump the ball to the outside. You don't see it here, you'll see it on the next angle, but that gets that safety to move. Meanwhile, the linebacker, who's going to be dropping underneath with the tight end in this cover 2 look, he watches that run fake and keeps his eyes in the backfield. Watch that linebacker here. As you come through the fake, he's got his eyes in the offensive backfield. Now the tight end's got to step on him. So at this point, Prescott's pumped the ball. He's trying to influence that safety. And both the tight end and that receiver to the outside have a step on the underneath defenders. It all comes down to what that safety does. Pressure almost gets to Prescott, but he delivers a perfect throw into a nice throw-in window. And when you see from this angle, watch, this is the safety that Prescott is trying to influence. He's done a good job to this point. He's kind of maintained a decent relationship. You can see him here between the 2 vertical routes that are coming. That tight end is just to the outside of the hash mark. The safety to that side is a few steps wider towards the sideline, but he's in good position to make a play should Prescott throw to the tight end. But watch how he reacts to the pump fake. The pump fake moves him towards the sideline and towards that outside vertical route. And what it does is it opens up that inside vertical route from the tight end, who has a step on that linebacker thanks to the play design and the run fake. The backside safety's over here. He can't get there in time unless this is a really poor throw. But Prescott makes a very good throw, and he maintains aggression here. Let's not forget about what that concept is. You can see the running back after that run fake. He's here with green grass in front of him. Now, given what's happened to date, the interception in this game, the sack on the previous play, perhaps Prescott or perhaps another quarterback decides to check this ball down. But not Prescott. He's manipulated the safety. He's done everything right on this play. All he needs to do now is deliver a strong throw into this throwing window to his tight end, and that's exactly what he does. He takes the shot, but still delivers a strong throw for a big gain and a new set of downs for Mississippi State. I've written about Prescott, and I've talked about him a bit. He's a very intriguing prospect at the quarterback position. He has a lot of tools and traits that I think scouts will like as they begin to dive into his tape a bit. There's some rawness to his game in some areas that he needs to clean up, but I think a team that takes a chance on Prescott perhaps in the mid to later rounds might find themselves with a nice little quarterback on their hands to develop as his career unfolds in the National Football League. Thank you for watching this edition of First Sound. I'd invite you to take a look at our website, InsideThePylon.com, for more articles, including our glossary series, which we are doing in conjunction with the Scout Out Academy.